What is going on, everybody? Zyonik here, and in today's video we're going to cover Thotechtical's Sinister Cup tournament where he swept 5-0. Now if you guys are new to the channel, welcome. Be sure to hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date on all the latest Pokemon Go PvP content. Be sure to hit that notification bell so you guys know when the next video drops, and let me know what you guys think about this Sinister Cup tournament. How are your guys' tournaments going, and how is your team prep going? Without further ado, let's get right into this Sinister Cup tournament. Alright, starting off with game 1 here, Thotechtical is facing Zyonik. And Zyonik has a Chimecho, which is a very interesting pick. Definitely got some great movesets there. It is kind of squishy, but definitely has some good movesets, and it is a threat, a sleeper threat for sure. Thotechtical running Steelix, Poliwrath, Medicham, Drifblim, Alolan Marowak, and Lugia. Very meta, hardcore picks. So let's see how he does in this first round. The Alolan Marowak, I'm pretty interested to see if he is running Hex or Fire Spin. Personally, I kind of like Fire Spin, guys, but you know the farm that Steelix is crucial. But we're getting right into it. Steelix versus Chimecho. Steelix is going to eat this thing alive, Chimecho being Psychic, but it does have access to that Shadow Ball, so it does need to look out for that Shadow Ball damage coming in. He is going to get the crunch off here. He gets the shield on the Chimecho, which is huge, but he bails out, and he goes for the Earthquake now. Now, he does need to remember that Chimecho has massive amounts of stored energy, so he is going to switch into his own Poliwrath now. Not putting up the shield. This is going to be a power-up punch, so very good call by him. He is going to start farming, and it looks like he is running the power-up punch, ice punch variant on the Poliwrath. So another power-up punch coming in. He is going to fire back with his own, but he's not doing any damage with it. He wants to be able to farm down the Poliwrath for energy. Very smart by him while still giving him the boost. Now, Chimecho does come in. This Chimecho is loaded, guys, so he's going to go, he's probably going to have to shield this right here. Oh, okay, he lets it go down. The Psyshock does come through, so he does decide to bring in Steelix again. The Steelix going to be eating away at the Chimecho. He puts up the shield for that Shadow Ball, so it's a good shield on him. He just needs to try to farm this thing down before he can get another charge move, which he does. And the last Pokemon being Steelix again. He's going to get off the Earthquake. He's going to force this shield on the Steelix, and then now he can just go for another Earthquake to clean it up. Now this Earthquake won't finish off the Steelix, but it's going to get it really low. All he needs to do is either switch or shield. I mean, he decides to switch, and he does have the Fire Spin Alolan Marowak. So he's going to put up the shield here and finish off with Fire Spin. So GG in round 1. We're going to go to the next game. So let's see if there's any mix-up in both teams. So there, Zyonik led with Chimecho. Let's see if he brings Chimecho again, and let's see if Thotechtical decides to stay with the same line or mix it up just a little bit. I'm liking all his 1500 combat power Pokemon there, especially the Blastoise with shiny Blastoise with sunglasses. That's probably the community day move. So big flex right there. But let's see what the next set of Pokemon decides to bring. He's going to go with the same team. You know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, guys. So we go ahead and get into the battle. Steelix versus Poliwrath. So he did decide to not bring, but he's bringing in Alolan Marowak. Really interesting. Well, this is a Mudshot Poliwrath. As we saw there, these are not bubbles coming in. So Alolan Marowak actually isn't going to get wrecked by the Poliwrath. He brings in Bastiodon. So he's just going to go for Bone Club spam here. Really try to chunk down the Bastiodon. Possibly get some shields, but the Bone Clubs are going to be chipping away, doing super effective damage to this Bastiodon. Again, he's going to get a third one off. But that Mudshot Poliwrath does have some stored energy, so he needs to watch out for that on the back end. The Bastiodon is going to finish off with a ton of stored energy, so he's going to bring in his own Poliwrath. The Stone Edge and the Flamethrower aren't going to be doing super effective damage to the Poliwrath, so Poliwrath can just go ahead and absorb all of that. He's going to farm this thing down. Another Stone Edge is going to be coming in. Not worth the shield. He can save the shield. So let's see what Zyonik decides to bring in here. Alright, he brings in his own Poliwrath. He is going to go for back-to-back power-up punches, most likely. Yep, here we go. There's a second power-up punch. I'm curious if he has enough energy to do a third, or is he going to be really close? He's pretty close. So he decides to forego shields here. It's probably going to be another power-up punch, which is, and he can go for a third power-up punch here. This still isn't going to be doing a ton of damage to Poliwrath because of the recent nerf to power-up punches. Had a lisp there. Don't make fun of me for it. He is switching to Steelix though. He is going to have to put up this shield. This power-up punch being ramped up so much would actually do a ton of damage, but with stored energy advantage, there's not a lot that can take a charge move from a Steelix, and he's just going to go for that Earthquake. So very smart on him to switch in the Steelix to gain energy advantage to be able to one-shot whatever is in the back, because Zyonik doesn't have any shields up. So very well played. Very highly skilled players here. So let's go ahead and move into the next round. So we have a new opponent coming up, and this is going to be, when it loads, there we go. All right, RayorCC. I probably should have edited this just a little better, but that's all right. RayorCC. Now RayorCC is bringing Empoleon and Gallade. And he lands Gallade on the lead. So this is kind of iffy for Steelix, right? Steelix can do super effective damage with Crunch, but Gallade has close combat. It's going to take 5 confusions to get to close combat, which he has right now. So now it's a guessing game. He's looking to switch, and he's going to guess. So let's see what he decides to do. He decides to not shield, and it's a close combat. One-shots the Steelix. This is what makes Gallade so deadly, guys, is you don't know what's coming, and he has great coverages. He has Confusion for the fighters and for Haunter, and then he has Leaf Blade for Empoleon and Poliwrath, and then also that does well against Pokemon like Medicham, and then he has close combat to really just one-shot those tanks. But he has the Poliwrath in on the locked-in Steelix, so he is going to be farming away here with power-up punches and Bubble. He's not going to have to shield as long as these are crunches, which it's an Earthquake. Ouch. Ooh. But he comes in with Drifblim. He goes, I believe he went for Ominous Wind there. He's looking, no, he went for Shadow Ball. Okay. So now it's Drifblim versus Drifblim, but he does have 2 shields up, so he is going to go for Ominous Winds to get the shield on that Drifblim and looking for that buff. He doesn't get the buff, however, so he's going to put up the shield here. He basically has to be able to take out this Drifblim while saving, ooh, let's see, ooh, Gallade coming in with Leaf Blade. Okay, so he's going to have to farm this thing down a little bit to be able to get to an Ominous Wind before the other Drifblim does, but I believe the Drifblim is going to be closer to Ominous Wind. But he gets the buff, and he gets the last tech and Ominous Wind. Wow, so this Ominous Wind will take out the Drifblim. What a buff, and a double buff. Back-to-back buffs. Shinies do more damage. Wow, what a win. That was awesome to see. All right, moving in. So he's 1-0 right now, moving into the second battle versus RayorCC. Now, RayorCC, instead of bringing another fighter, he brought Empoleon, which is a unique pick. Empoleon is going to do a ton of damage with that waterfall, guys, in the Sinister Cup. He's going to be able to, you know, handle those tanks. He's going to hit the ghost really hard, especially Alolan Marowak, who is a fire typing. So it's a very good pick, but you do have to watch out for other fighters when it comes to Empoleon. But let's see how Thotechtical decides to mix up his team. He's deciding to lead with Poliwrath this time, but he's staying with that 3, Poliwrath, Steelix, and Drifblim, which is a very solid core. If you guys are unsure what to bring to your own Sinister Cup, that's definitely a solid team. Now he lands the Poliwrath versus Drifblim, and this is really interesting, guys, because Ice Punch is going to be doing super effective damage. You don't need to go for those power-up punches to try to bait. Just go for Ice Punch every single time. So he is going to be going for Ice Punch here. This is going to chunk the Drifblim, as you guys see there, and he can just go for it again. No need to go for power-up punches, because if he doesn't shield, you want to be able to take it out. So he does get the shield. We see a switch out into a shiny Poliwrath, so he is going to switch into Drifblim on the power-up punch, because in the mirror you want to be doing power-up punches. So he is going to get a free waste of energy on his enemy there. Now this is probably going to be an Ice Punch coming in. He is not going to shield though, and that almost one-shots it. Wow, okay. So he is going for Shadow Ball, I believe, right here. It is Shadow Ball, and no shield going back in on the other side. So the Poliwrath is very low. We know it is an Ice Punch, Power-Up Punch Poliwrath, so he doesn't need to shield, or he does decide to shield the power-up punch. He's going to go ahead and farm down the enemy Poliwrath. Now he has a ton of loaded energy. Drifblim coming in. He is going for the Ice Punch to take out the Drifblim. The shield goes up on the Drifblim. He is going to have to shield right here if he wants to keep his Poliwrath alive, but he doesn't. He wants to bring in his Steelix. Again, farming to one-shot whatever's in the back. It's a Alolan Marowak. He can go for the Earthquake right near. He has plenty of health. He still has a shield up. This Alolan Marowak is going to go down. The Drifblim coming in. He can shield this move right here. Whew. Smooth play, Thotechtical. Very smooth, understanding that Steelix in endgame with the shield with energy advantage can take out a lot. So GG's. We're going to move into the third battle here. Let's see if there's any mix-up in the teams. Maybe we might see an Empoleon in the back for RayorCC, knowing that his Steelix is kind of hanging around, lurking around the back, or maybe he'll choose to keep his Poliwrath in the back for that. But let's see if Thotechtical decides to change up his team here. So we're seeing Steelix in the lead and Poliwrath and Drifblim still. He's going back and forth here. Alright, so I believe he locked in Poliwrath lead. No, he locked in Steelix lead, my bad. Okay, Steelix into Drifblim. So this is definitely going to be an interesting, it can go either way based on who wants to shield and whether it's going to be a Shadow Ball or a Ominous Wind. But counting right there, that's definitely an Ominous Wind. No need to shield that. There's the Empoleon pick. But he decided to bring it in. Now he's going to force a shield with this Earthquake. The shield does go up. Now he can switch into Poliwrath. Poliwrath isn't going to be getting hurt too bad by these waterfalls, but he's going to be hurting back with power-up punch and ramped up bubble damage. Even though bubble is a water type attack, the damage of bubble will build up with this power-up punch. So we will see the Empoleon not put up any shields. He is going to get off a charge move here. It's probably going to be Flash Cannon or Hydro Pump. Okay, the Hydro Pump, it's not going to finish off the Poliwrath. He still has loaded energy. He's going to go for the Ice Punch here against the enemy Poliwrath. This is a built-up damage Ice Punch. As you see there, a decent chunk of health, but the enemy Poliwrath now has loaded energy. So he's going to come in with Drifblim. He still has 2 shields. So he's going to forego a shield here. It is going to be an Ice Punch, however, and we see the switch into Drifblim, so he's going to instantly switch back into his Steelix. Now, he throws up the shield to this possible Ominous Wind or Shadow Ball. It's definitely Ominous Wind. He's going to load up on energy. He's going to have to shield again, okay? Now, he needs to get this Drifblim off the field. He's going to have to go for back-to-back crunches here. He does have a shield up still, so he needs to... Okay, so the Drifblim goes down. Steelix comes in. He goes for the Earthquake here. The Poliwrath should be putting up a shield. He does put up the shield. Alright, so this isn't looking too good. He has Ominous Wind, however, but remember, Poliwrath has loaded energy. This isn't going to be enough to take it down unless he gets a boost. No boost. Alright, this Ice, if it's Ice Punch, it should be Ice Punch. Should take it out. Alright, GG's. Very well played. Way to get that game 3, RayorCC. Alright, moving into this next battle versus Plenzi. Plenzi having that Dusclops. Dusclops is an awesome pick for the Sinister Cup. If you guys haven't really looked into him yet, he's bulky. He can hit everything pretty well, and he's a great safe switch-in. He has Hex, Shadow Punch, and Fire Punch. That Hex is going to be handling Ghosts, Psychics, and Medicham. The Fire Punch handling Steelix, and he can go toe-to-toe against everything on Thotechtical's team, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see him either in the lead or in the line of 3. But let's see what Plenzi and Thotechtical decide to bring here. Again, he has Empoleon as well, which can be a dangerous pick, but we have Dusclops versus Steelix on the lead. So this Dusclops can do a ton of damage, guys. You can run it with Feint Attack or Hex. Hex going to be more energy efficient, but I believe this one is running Feint Attack. And we see that it can do, with the Feint Attack, it's going to be doing better against the Steelix. So we see the shield go up on the Dusclops, and we see the switch out on Poliwrath. He recognizes this Dusclops would take him out. But he switches in Alolan Marowak, which is interesting because this Poliwrath is a bubble variant, and Alolan Marowak is going to be weak to bubbles. And these power-up punches are going to be doing a ton of damage, but it's going to be up to this Alolan Marowak to land a successful Shadow Ball for this switch-in to be worth it. So he gets a Bone Club. All right, he gets the shield. But he is going for an Ice Punch now. So this could finish off the Alolan Marowak, which it does. I'm sure he had tons of stored energy, so that's rough. And he brings in Steelix. I'm surprised he didn't bring in Dusclops. His Dusclops would have been able to pound this Poliwrath out of the round with Shadow Punches for how many he had stored up. But now this, Poliwrath just going to work on this Steelix. Steelix does have a ton of stored energy. So let's see what happens here. He's probably he does decide to shield the Earthquake, and the Dusclops now gonna be getting off a Fire Punch, but if he can click that Crunch quick enough. Okay, he gets the Crunch. I'm wondering if he's gonna go into Drifblim. Yes, he does go into Drifblim okay, he may have had enough time right here to go for Shadow Punch, which he does, but it's not gonna be able to take him out. Now he does have stored energy. He needs to go for this Ominous Wind to finish off the Steelix. So very well played. Wow, awesome job. I think Plenzi could have probably brought in Dusclops again versus his Poliwrath because his Steelix basically got taken out for no reason. But, bag is full. That could have been a TM, Thotechtical. That could have been a TM. So let's see if there's any changes. Thotechtical really loving this Poliwrath, Drifblim, Steelix line. He hasn't really strayed from it at all. It's definitely looking really strong. So let's see how this next fight goes. Alright, so Thotechtical versus Plenzi. This is the second match. We have Poliwrath versus Dusclops. Again, Dusclops. But this time I believe the Feint Attack isn't as good versus the Poliwrath instead of the Hex. So let's see how Thotechtical decides to play this out. So the first Shadow Punch is coming in. He is going to be going for Power-Up Punches. He wants to ramp up this bubble damage. And no shields going out, but he does switch in Claydol. So now he's going to go for an Ice Punch. This Ice Punch will do a ton of damage because Claydol is a ground typing. He decides to shield. Now he's going to switch to his Drifblim. None of these moves are going to be doing super effective damage to Drifblim from Claydol because it is going to be that Earth Power Earthquake coming in, so no reason to shield. It's a Gyro Ball actually. Gyro Ball doing some decent neutral damage there. Alright, so he does farm down the Claydol. Now he's probably going to go for the Shadow Ball, I would suspect. So he does go for the Shadow Ball. Alolan Marowak coming in. This thing needs to shield the Shadow Ball. Ooh, he does. Okay. Alright, so now he has a ramped up Poliwrath ready to go. Gonna start farming this Alolan Marowak. He still has shields up. Going for Power-Up Punches to still ramp up his bubble damage, but again, he can probably double shield right here against the Alolan Marowak. He decides to not shield. Okay. He's again going for the farm. The farm Steelix in the end. What a great play. Alright. Ice Punch. Not going to finish off the Poliwrath. He is not going to shield. He knows he can take out the Poliwrath in the back with his Steelix, with his shields. So he does put up a shield right here. It could be that Shadow Ball coming in. It is going to be another Bone Club, however, and Dusclops in the back. Going to be able to go for Earthquake here. This is going to do a decent chunk of damage to this Dusclops. Now he can shield this final Fire Punch. Yep. And finish him off with fast attacks and then crunch the Alolan Marowak coming in. So doesn't even need to go for anything else. Nice. So GG's, very well played. And we are going to go ahead and move into the next battle. All right, moving into round 4 now. We have Thotechtical versus CaptainTrequ. CaptainTrequ bringing Haunter and Cresselia, 2 Pokemon we haven't seen yet in this tournament. And he's leading with Haunter. Haunter can beat a Steelix, guys. You have to watch out. But Haunter does have to shield these crunches. Otherwise, he's going to get chunked. So, Steelix going for the crunch. He is going to shield. Now, is this a Shadow Punch or a Shadow Ball? He does decide to shield. It is a Shadow Ball. Great prediction on Steelix here. And he is going to be able to get off another crunch, so he can eliminate both shields here. And he does. The Haunter is probably going for another Shadow Ball to finish off Steelix, which he does. But he can bring in his Poliwrath. Yep, he does decide to bring in the Poliwrath, farm down the Haunter. He has stored energy. His enemy has no shields. this is dangerous. Now he's going to switch into Drifblim here. His last Pokemon, being Empoleon. So he's going to need to go for Shadow Ball. The Shadow Ball is going to do a decent chunk to this Empoleon here. He's going to be able to farm it down, and then he's going to be able to go for a Shadow Ball versus the Cresselia. Cresselia is an absolute tank though, so he can survive one of these Shadow Balls. But he can just be farmed down right here, as we see. He gets to another Ominous Wind, so nice first round. Way to burn those shields on the Haunter. That's the dangerous thing with Haunters, guys. When you lead with Haunter, you know, you want to invest and win that lead, but then it kills you on the back end because you have no shields to stop potential Shadow Balls flying at you from shiny floating balloons. So that's the play with Haunter. You know, you may want to let it go down if you can get shields with him. So let's see what happens in the second match here. He looks to be leading now with Poliwrath, keeping the same 3. He hasn't changed, and that's something to note, guys, when it comes to your own Sinister Cup tournaments and your Sylph League Arena tournaments in general. When you find a team that really is working for you, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, guys. Keep going with that team because there's a reason why it works. You know it inside and out. It can cover the meta. It has great checks and balances. Now, it is subject to the enemy line, but in general, most of these teams can handle what's being thrown at it. Again, he's going for the Haunter. This time, Bubble's going to be doing a ton of damage, but he is going to go for Ice Punch here. He's not going to shield. It is going to be a Shadow Punch, so great call by him. Predicting that it wouldn't be a Shadow Ball. He goes for the Ice Punch. He does get the shield. Now, the next charge move's coming in. He's going to forego shields. He's going to let... Oh, he did put the shield up last second. Oh, wow. Okay. I'm curious if he would have gone for 2 power-up punches if the Bubble would have finished off Haunter. So he gets to take down the Haunter. Now, Cresselia is coming in, so he can bring in his Drifblim. And probably has either Empoleon. Oh, he's bringing in Steelix to force the switch. Okay, nice. Now he's going to go for Earthquake here. Ooh, great call. All right, goes for the Earthquake, switches to Drifblim. Shields are down. We know how this goes. He can go for a Shadow Ball. This is going to take out the Empoleon. He is going to have to shield here, though. So he could farm a little more if he wants to. Oh, he hit the Shadow Ball just before he did. Okay, yeah, he's going for the nice. He recognizes that he can farm. Woo! Thotechtical, you know what's up. All right, so he's going to go for the Shadow Ball here. Again, you guys know Shadow Ball is not going to one-shot a Cresselia, but it's going to do a big chunk of damage. And even though Drifblim does go down, Cresselia doesn't have anything that can take out this Steelix. Steelix is just so bulky against all the moves that Cresselia has. He can tank everything. So all he needs to do is get to this crunch, and that is going to be GG's. Very well played. So he is now 4-0 in his Sinister Cup, and we are going into the final match versus Stumvomax. Now, Stumvomax has a unique team here. No Poliwrath, no Medicham. He's bringing Primate. Primate is viable, guys. It is nasty, but it is squishy. So that's the takeaway from it. It's squishy, but Night Slash and Cross Chop, which is Legacy move. If you can hit it, whew, it hurts. So Drifblim versus Poliwrath. Again, we know. Go for these Ice Punches, guys. Force them to shield or, you know, suffer the consequences. So he does get 1 shield there. He's going to go for a second, but he may have to shield right here. He can survive Ominous Wind, but better to not risk it. He wants to take out this Drifblim. He wants to get health off of this Drifblim, but he does get both shields. So he can under tap here, go for the Ice Punch. This will do a ton of damage. Get Drifblim very low. Now he could double shield here and keep his Poliwrath alive to see, but he's going to forego shields. What is he going to bring in? He brings in his own Drifblim. Having a shield up, having the enemy have no shields, he can go for straight Shadow Ball right here because nothing can stop this Shadow Ball about to hit the Steelix. Now he's going to switch to Steelix on the crunch so he doesn't need to shield. Thotechtical, man, got the plays for days. Alolan Marowak, you better watch out, man. Earthquake's about to hit you. This is a Hex variant, Alolan Marowak, so he can charge energy very quickly, but he's not going to be able to take out the Steelix Steelix is just going to go straight for Earthquake. This is going to take a Alolan Marowak. And then it's just the enemy Steelix left. It doesn't matter if you're shiny or not. Another Earthquake's about to hit you. So, wow. GG's. Very well played in this first battle in the finals. And we are going to move into the next battle. So, yeah. His Steelix play. Thotechtical, your Steelix play is on point today, man. Steelix play and Drifblim play. I'm very impressed by it. I'm impressed by the fact that you know those breakpoints of, yeah, I can survive that, or go for this, or overfarm here. So definitely be paying attention to how Thotechtical is playing in this tournament, guys, because he is putting up high caliber skill. And if you guys didn't know, Thotechtical was an ace trainer in Europe in Season 1, so it explains a lot. So here he's mixing it up. He's bringing Steelix and Lugia for the first time. He's dropping Steelix. He's bringing Poliwrath, Lugia, Drifblim. So Lugia coming in for the first time in this tournament. Let's see how it does for him. Lugia, you want to be running it with Extra Sensory and Sky Attack and Hydro Pump, the Extra Sensory, so you can farm the fighters more. And then the Hydro Pump for tanks, Sky Attack for the fighters. So we have Poliwrath versus Drifblim here. Again, going for those ice punches. Nothing new. It's just rinse and repeat what we're seeing here. He's going to forego the shields on this Ominous Wind. Hopefully his enemy didn't get the proc, but we will see. I don't think he did. It would have showed it. Yeah, no proc. Alright, so the Ice Punch does land. He is going to go for another Ice Punch here, but he goes for Power Up Punch instead, baiting out that shield, which he does, and getting the extra boost to his damage. Oh no. Cat fight outside my house. Alright, so okay, we see Primeape for the first time here. Primeape is going to be starting to load up on energy. It's going to be able to take down, but he's switching now to Lugia. The Drifblim's off the field. He still may have Alolan Marowak in the back, but these Night Slashes are going to be doing super effective damage to Lugia, but he can farm it down with Extra Sensory. That's the reason why you have it, guys. Drifblim goes down right away, and the last Pokemon being Steelix, he's going to go for a Hydro Pump, go big or go home, force the shield on this Steelix, which he doesn't. So the Hydro Pump does land. That's huge. He's going to forego shields on the Lugia now, and then I imagine he's going to bring in Poliwrath to finish. Yep, he's going to bring in Poliwrath, go for the Power Up Punch, force that final shield, switch to Drifblim. Yep, switches to Drifblim, gonna put up the shield on this Crunch, and then hit the Ominous Wind to finish it off. Man, textbook. Thotechtical. Textbook. Alright, GG's. He's not, okay, now he's gonna spin. Alright. Finishing off the Steelix. Very impressive gameplay here by Thotechtical. We do have a Game 3 though. So, as you guys know, the Silpharina now, you play 3 games. You can forego to play the third by saying I forfeit my third match if you lose. But you play all 3 games, and the reason for this is to help stop, 6+ way ties by how many people got 3 wins or more in each match. And on top of that, when you guys report what the enemy brought, that goes into the live feed of the most used Pokemon for the Sinister Cup in the resources. And if you guys haven't seen that, head over to the Silpharina website, sylph.gg. Go to the Sinister Cup in the resources, and you guys will see amazing articles, a live feed on all the best Pokemon, and I'm telling you, Steelix, Poliwrath, Alolan Marowak, Drifblim are the top 4 up there for good reason. It's being showcased right here. So, final battle here, Steelix versus, Primeape on the lead. That is rough. He is going to have to get out of there. He's going to try to get out of there on the cross chop into Drifblim. Very nice. So hopefully this is a cross chop. Otherwise it is. Very well played, very well timed, predicting that he would go for the cross chop and time it. So now he's going for, I didn't see what it was. I'm guessing Ominous Wind. No, it's Shadow Ball. Okay. Going for the Shadow Ball there. He is going to be able to get to another Shadow Ball. Wow. That under tap. Whew. Letting that energy come back, getting off a second Shadow Ball. Now he can bring in This is tough. Alolan Marowak and Steelix going to be both weak to his Empoleon. He's going to bring in Steelix, go for Crunch here. This isn't going to finish off the Empoleon. It's going to get it low, but he does have stored energy, so he's going to have to shield right here. He's going to switch to Alolan Marowak to finish off Empoleon. Alolan Marowak now having stored energy versus Drifblim. Oof, here comes the Shadow Ball. Oh, I think they're lagging a little bit. He's letting him get a couple hits, but it wasn't going to stop this Shadow Ball, guys. There's no way Drifblim could have beat him to the Shadow Ball, so he's just going to get off another Shadow Ball. This guy, he knows it's over. Wow. Very well played by Thotechtical. What an awesome tournament, going 5-0. And shout out to the community that hosted the European Pokemon League, the EPL. So congratulations on having an awesome tournament, guys. 5-rounder is always great to have, and congratulations to Thotechtical on your 5-0 victory. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I hope you guys found it informative, so be sure to smash that like button. Comment down below and let me know what you guys thought about this tournament, about that line of 3 that he bought. Poliwrath, Drifblim, Steelix. That line looks so deadly. Great coverages to the meta. And again, congratulations to Thotechtical on winning that Sinister Cup. And be sure to hit that notification bell, guys, so you guys can get notified whenever the next video I have drops. So, like always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.